Manchester United have beaten Wolverhampton Wanderers 1-0 in the first Premier League game of the season at Old Trafford. Now, Erik ten Hag's put out a starting lineup that most people expected and thought was Manchester United's currently best starting lineup that we could put out for this particular fixture. The only dubious positions were Wan-Bissaka at right back or Diogo Dalot, and on the left hand side Garnacho or Sancho. He went for Garnacho on the left hand side, and at right back he went for Wan-Bissaka. I don't think too many people were angry about that at the start of the game, to be honest. I think there might have been a few questions, but not too much of a problem. But that was an absolute shit showing from Manchester United. From start to finish, Manchester United deserved to lose that game, and if Wolves had taken their chances, Manchester United would have deservedly lost at Old Trafford. And the performance was just not good enough from start to finish for Manchester United. Terrible performance. I mean, some people are saying Manchester United look like they're in pre-season. Have Manchester United recovered from the end of last season? Because there was a number of performances, certainly away from home, towards the end of last season where Manchester United were poor. We lost to Brighton, we lost to West Ham, we lost 2-0 to Newcastle. We drew 2-2 with Spurs. We were really poor towards the end of the season, but they were away games. But we were only scraping victories at home towards the end of the season, and we seem to have taken that form into the start of the season. And Onana has pulled off some decent saves this evening to keep Manchester United, to give Manchester United that 1-0 victory in the end that we really desperately needed. And it really does paper over the cracks in this one, but obviously the most important thing obviously is always the 3 points. I mean, if Manchester United had played out their skin tonight and lost 1-0, it wouldn't have been good at all, because 3 points at home is a must. No disrespect to Wolves, but Wolves are seen as relegation candidates for this season, but maybe they will surprise a few teams. They've certainly, I mean, there's two teams in the game of football, so you can't just blame it all on Manchester United being poor. Wolves did come and were better than Manchester United expected, better than a lot of fans were expecting, because they've lost a lot of key players this summer, and they've come out there and still had a go and should have come away with 3 points in this game. And Manchester United did win the majority of their home games last season, so Wolves have done themselves proud. They'll be kicking themselves they didn't at least get a point out of this game, but it's taken till a long time near the end of the game. Well, it wasn't actually near the end because of the amount of stoppage time, but I think it was about 70 something minutes on the clock when Rafael Varane scored from Aaron Wan-Bissaka's assist. I thought the goal, I always thought that Manchester United in the first half would still somehow get the job done in this game, but Manchester United should be on the front foot in these types of games, creating lots of chances. And you know, if Wolves were blocking lots of chances, were getting 10 men, 11 men behind the ball all the time, goalkeepers having a blinder, you could understand that. But Manchester United come out here and put in a shit show performance, which is really concerning for me moving forward. We cannot see this type of performance at Old Trafford against teams that we should be on the front foot against happening again. We really cannot see that, because if Manchester United want to be up there, maybe challenging for the title or challenging for second or third spot, then these are the sort of teams that we're going to have to be creating a lot of chances and put into the sword. Because if you don't beat these sort of teams, the likes of Newcastle, Liverpool, Chelsea, probably Spurs and Arsenal and Man City are all going to beat these types of teams 9 times out of 10 at home. And if we're not beating them, then we're going to have a real battle on our hands to even make the top 4 again this season, which I think is the ultimate aim for Manchester United. I cannot see, with the way that Manchester United have gone about their business in the summer transfer window, only so far getting 3 players into the squad. And I don't think it improves Manchester United enough to nowhere near challenge for the title. I think towards the end of last season it showed you, when we were losing all them games, certainly the away games and the hammerings we had over the season, that we are so far away from challenging Arsenal and Man City at the top that 3 or 4 signings just isn't going to cut that mustard unless they are absolute game changers. And I don't think that the signings that were made, Mason Mount, Højlund, maybe Onana maybe is more of a game changer, but Højlund and Mason Mount, I don't think that they are the level of game changers that Manchester United need to challenge for that title. I I think you really need to add absolute world class. If you're going to add 1, 2 or 3 players, you need to add absolute world class players that are going to win you matches on basically on their own, if you are going to challenge for that title, because them two teams, I'm sorry, are streets ahead of this shit showing at this moment in time. And it is very concerning. I mean, Rashford, very, very poor. We know that's not his position as the striker, and it is very concerning because he's going to have to lead that line. We've just got no one else up fucking front to lead that line, and it is concerning. I don't know if he's going to go back to the false 9 again and play Sancho up there, but we've seen Sancho's flattered to deceive over the last season or two. Garnacho has made an impact as a substitute, but is he the man to start games? I mean, Anthony, poor again for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes, again, shocking. These players need to step up to the plate. They really do. I mean, Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford have been here a number of years now. These two players have got to be stepping up to the plate if Manchester United are to close that gap. And obviously Sancho, Garnacho and Anthony, they all do need to really step up to the plate this season and show their worth to get Manchester United closer, because otherwise we're not going to get there. Really, really poor tonight from Manchester United. But overall, I'm happy with the 3 points. I can't deny it. I've got to be pleased with them 3 points, because if we hadn't got the 3 points, I would be even more livid. Anyway, it is what it is for Manchester United. I mean, we have won games like that in the past under Fergie, under other managers, under Mourinho, under Van Gaal, under Solskjaer. We've won games like that under previous managers. It is just shocking that it is the first game of the season. Everyone was seemingly excited. I wasn't too excited because I know that this type of result is probably performance is round the corner, but hopefully we've got to see a better performance than that shit against Spurs in the next game, or we're not coming away with 3 points. We'd be lucky to come away with 8 points, or even coming away without hammering. We would be lucky if we put in a performance like that. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.